So say you were who's that boxer, David Tua, right? He wants, you know David Tua, right? And he wants to, win the world heavyweight title. Do you think he would, and it's a year away, do you think he'd take on the best guy in the world straight away? Why not?
He'd probably lose.
Because he might lose, eh?
He might lose.
He might lose. He might win, and then he'd go, oh, well, great. But the chances are he would lose. So if you were David Tua's manager, you'd say, look, how about we're going to try and knock that chap over in a year's time. How about we try some easy opponents first, and we go into those bouts and we'll have some good practice and we'll win. We know we'll win. We'll know we'll do quite well. And then let's look around for someone who's a little bit harder, and we'll just do it the next week. Oh, no, next week's too close, isn't it? We'll recover from that one, think about what we did, and maybe 6 weeks later we'll do another bout, and it'll be a slightly better fighter. Okay? And you can see where I'm getting to, eh? And then maybe that world champion, he's a big guy with a long reach, so we better try and have a fight against some other big guys as well, not just little guys, and then take on the big guys. So when you're trying to plan your races, and you're aiming for the school champs or something, you don't go and try all the hardest races. You choose some nice easy ones that are not too long, and you say, look, today I'm going to go real hard and I'm going to practice surging or something, or I'm going to practice the sprint. I'm going to just work on the sprint today. I don't mind where I come, but I want to learn how to position myself. So you've got to decide why you're going to do the race. You don't just go into every race and try and go absolutely flat out and win it, all right? Because what will happen, you'll just probably get exhausted, or you won't learn anything. So you don't try and target every single school race. You go, yep, I want to get to the big one there. So these ones are warm-up races. I'm going to be observant. I'm going to learn and watch people and see what they do. I'm going to see the other racers who's strong, And then when I come to a slightly more important race, I know who the threats are. This man knows this stuff, and I won't show how good I am till the end, because otherwise I'll just get on my wheel. Or you might say, well, there's this big race and it's very hilly, and so I'm going to pick just hilly races to do because I know that I need to prepare for the hill, and then I'll do another race. It's a bit longer, but it's flatter for endurance. Okay? So you don't just go flat all the races. If you were the boxer and you chose a really difficult opponent and you got knocked out, it wouldn't do you any good, would it? And if you had all these practice fights and you lost every single one of them because you just chose these really good boxers, then by the time you got to the real world championships, you'd go, oh, I'm no good. I've had 10 losses in a row, and no one would come watch you probably, or they're all big for the other guy, and you'd probably go, oh, I'm probably going to get beaten. Okay. So that's the psychology that Andrew is referring to. You don't want to go and get beaten up in training. You want to set the terms and that's how people peak. Okay. So you'll see the Tour de France people. They don't do the 3 big races of the year. The Vuelta and the Giro in Italy and the Tour de France. They know they can't do 3 massive races. They do like the Tour of California, or will come to Adelaide, and then they do some of the long one-day races, which like 200 and something K, and then they do some time trialing, but they don't do like 3 Tour de Frances to practice for the Tour de France. Okay. So you don't want to wear yourself out training, and you want to have a sort of stepped approach to your race, and then you want to have a bit of a gap where you freshen up. You might race a couple of short races every weekend leading up to a big one, or you might race 2 weeks out and then just do a lot of speed, a lot of sprint work the week before. Depends on the distance.